press it?
Did you press it?
Oh, you did. I see the red button. Turkey face. Oh, I should smile or be serious.
Be serious.
Good thing they can't see your crotch area. It's all powdery white from the laundry. No?
It's like I had
Too
an
much?
accident.
Accidente. Hello.
And welcome.
We missed you. Video numero 6, right?
Yeah. Cease.
Numero 6. And I'm stuck at home with this beautiful man.
Help me.
No, it's good. And Dwight, obviously. We just don't have Dwight.
Oh
Right
god,
now.
this coffee is so good.
Isn't it? Oh.
So good.
So today, we wanted to talk about how we manifested each other as a couple. Maybe Taylor will say it in different words than I do, because I like to use energy terms. So Mr. Intellectual Tance, can you describe what I'm saying in a normal language, please?
Yeah, well, after you say it.
I did. Manifest each other. That's not normal. That's normal language?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Still on track.
I'm still on track. All right, I'm taking lead on this one.
Yeah. This was your
All right.
video idea. You take lead.
All right, so yeah, a lot of people have been asking, how do you attract a like-minded partner? And there's a few different things that I want to dive into today and that we want to dive into. But specifically from my experience, it doesn't matter if you already have a current partner or if you're by yourself. So I want you to kind of ignore that component of it for these next exercise that I discuss, because it has nothing to do with the other person right now. We need to really bring this back to you and create this environment, this energy, this mindset component for you to think, act, and feel as though you have that partner that you want in mind right away. So it doesn't matter if you already have a partner and they're not exactly who you want them to be, or if you just broke up, if you've been single for a long time, okay? So you could still apply these tools for you only. And we cannot control if the other person is going to rise up to the occasion or not, okay? So we need to let go of that component because it messes up your energy, it creates resistance within you, and it slows down the process, in my own experience. So number 1, I did a lot of hypnosis. Do you know what that is? Hypnosis? Yeah. So to kind of talk a little bit about the science behind it, you've got your brain, then you have your conscious mind on top and your subconscious mind at the bottom, right? Yeah, what I was doing. And your subconscious mind is like a computer program, and it's been programmed from the age from like 1 to 7 is what the scientists say. And any beliefs that you have, the way you're raised, your environment, your parents, your teachers, is pretty much program you to believe a certain thing, okay? And as you grow up, you pretty much run your life from this belief system unless you become aware of these beliefs and start shifting them, okay? So what hypnosis does, it literally reprograms your subconscious mind as you're sleeping. So all you do is you plug in headphones, unless you want to do it on speaker with your partner or whatever, but headphones is best. And then you can go on YouTube, and we will link the comments below on the 2 that I follow a lot, Michael Seeley and Hypnotic Lab. And you literally pick one that you want. For this specific exercise, I did manifesting my twin flame, which is very ironic. That could be a whole other video about twin flames. But this man over here, literally, if I go back in my journaling and everything that I've done, he is like to the T of what I was embodying, envisioning, and wanting for myself when I was single at the time, right? So, long story short, hypnosis is a great way to reprogram your mind and to help create that energy frequency and the belief that you deserve this person, the belief that you are worthy of it, the belief that it is out there, like just kind of creating this sense of comfort within yourself and reprogram your mind so that you can manifest this partner in a very quick and effective way. That was one of the tools. There's a lot more, but hypnosis was like a big part of all that.
So what's number 2?
Number 2, you want to keep going?
Yeah, that's good.
Number 2.
I'm learning.
Okay, number 2 is journaling. Yeah, I don't even think I told you any of this. Number 2 would be journaling. So, you know, even at the time when I was in a relationship that, you know, wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go, let's say.
Wasn't going.
I'm trying to be very,
one word
trying to
at
be
a
very
time.
respectful for the both of us, though, right? At the time, yeah, we were just going separate ways, and I didn't know what to do about it. So I still did this work at that point. I started journaling. So if you're with someone right now, you can either A, write down everything that you admire about that person and only focus on those good things, okay? It's gonna be really hard to do because you're gonna be very triggered, okay? But the more you can focus on this, the more either you're gonna give the other person a chance to rise and grow with you, or if not, you're slowly gonna fade away, and it's gonna be clearer for you to take inspired action and walk away so that you can manifest the person that you've been envisioning while you're in the relationship. So it works both ways. But if that's too intense for you, because every time you focus on the person you get angry, you can just kind of bring it more of a general state. What kind of relationship would you want? So write down not just qualities, but you need to feel the emotion behind it when you're journaling. This is what creates the experience as if it's already happening. And your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real or what's not. So if you lay in bed at night and you start thinking anxious thoughts about the future, for example, your body will actually, your biological body, or you can maybe explain this a bit better, but will actually react to your thoughts. So you'll start getting sweaty palms, your heart will start racing, because your body doesn't know the difference between what's real or not. So you can use this as a journaling to recreate feelings in your body of love, of excitement, of passion. So you can write down anything that fuels you to the point where it feels comfortable to you. So for example, I wrote down, somebody who loves me for my light and my darkness, somebody who can make me laugh, somebody who I feel comfortable with, yeah, I could pull up my journal. I have literally pages upon pages.
Check.
Of literally, and I think we went through that, didn't we? Like a few weeks ago, I was like, babe, look.
A couple of months ago.
Or a couple of months ago. Time goes by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the point is not to attract a perfect person, but how they make you feel. Because you still have a lot you need to work on, and so do I, but the most important thing was growth, right? But it just helps you get into that state of energy to really ignore your current reality right now. Elevate your energy so you're better equipped to deal with what's in front of you. You're more aware to say, okay, is this person really compatible with me? Are they putting in the work? Are they willing to grow? Or maybe if you're by yourself, it's gonna shift your mindset to feeling lonely and feeling like I'm never gonna find anybody, to putting you in that energy frequency so that, because it's not about the other person, it's about you feeling fulfilled and worthy in the moment. The other person is just an excuse, really, at the end of the day, for you to feel a certain way. You don't need that other person to feel that way. So you're training yourself in order to feel that way in the moment without the other person, which is actually gonna be very healthy for when you attract that person, because you're not gonna be so codependent on them, even though they can help you. There's a difference. So that would be my tool number 2, is to journal about it. Yeah?
Wow. Very insightful. Very
Thanks.
insightful.
Last time you took the lead, I guess this time.
Talk a lot.
I want you to jump in here now, my beautiful twin flame.
Oh yeah. You want me to finish off
Oh.
half of the video here? By the time we're done. I think on my side of it, see, like that, what I was thinking of earlier was that's like a lot more outward expression of what you want, of your feelings inward, right? Like writing it down and putting it out there. Whereas for me, I ended up focusing on what I could do better for myself for the next person that I was going to meet, or the next possibility or something like that, right? So it's like the learning experience came in where if something wasn't good in a relationship, I identified what I did good, or what I thought I did good and what I thought I did bad, and vice versa. And then at this point it doesn't matter what the other person's done, because you can't change them unless they want to change. And then you just take that and go forward. I mean, that obviously kind of requires you to meet more people if you wanted have a hard way of learning some of these things if you don't get them a little quick. But you can learn a lot just from one relationship, right? So I mean, like even in that sense, you can take away a lot of different factors of what you can improve on, just as an individual, let alone having someone else in there, so that when you are at that other person, then you know how or at what level you want that to be and like how to make that better. So
I like it. So it's more of like an intellectual process, or like self-reflection of what, you know, you could have done better, or what you could focus on, so that you can, I guess, learn like, from it.
And then even if you're not with someone, I guess more of what I would be saying is, you know, if you want somebody at a certain, or that does something in particular, or someone that, you know, has a particular, where am I going with this here?
Like a standard almost, or like a...
Kind of, I guess, like what you're looking for in another person, and then you would be like, okay, well, if this is what I want, what sort of level would I want, or do I think I would need to be at to attract that? And it's like, okay, so someone like that would really need, you know, a lot of communication, a lot of X, Y, and Z, and I need to be able to deliver on all those points to kind of make up, you know, for what I want as well, right? Because if you want something that's above where you're currently at, you have to improve yourself to kind of get to that level, you know?
I love that. So that's what you did? You improved your communication, which you're an excellent communicator, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Some people may beg to differ.
Well, they helped you, they helped you gain access to that, right? They helped you see that. And same with me, like I'm completely different with you than I am with, you know, other people that I've been with, but it's because, again, like you said, I took that experience and learned from it, and didn't want to duplicate that, you know?
It's the whole point of growth, right?
Exactly. So for you, it was more like a self-reflection on what you can change within you, because you had an idea of what type of person that you wanted. And how did you get to that point? Like, how did you know what it is that you did want before you found me? Doggy hair. We have that everywhere in this house.
Oh yeah, it's all over my pants, which is a good thing you can't see, because
he's got no pants on.
Literally, yeah. Oh yeah, sure. You know my socks too, covered in dog hair. Quarantine mode. What was your question again?
Oh, how did you know what you wanted in like the next relationship? Like before you met me, how'd you know what you wanted?
Well, I think it's also coming to like a few realizations, right? It's having a better understanding of what I think love should be or is, and how I want to be treated, and how I can or want to treat somebody else, and like take care of them, you know, and make them feel loved and special and all that. And then it's realizing that relationships aren't all fucking easy. It's not just, you know, rainbows and great.
Butterflies.
For as much light as there is, there's probably just as much darkness in a lot of sense. But it's how you use the darkness, and how you kind of like, or those experiences that may seem like they're dark, to propel you forward, so that when you are really good, you enjoy a lot more of that, or to have more of that in your life. Because you can obviously outweigh that stuff, right? You can have a lot more light than you can dark, but there is times where it seems like they're equal, or one is more than the other significantly. So it's just finding kind of that balance in between.
I love that. We're both so different. I think if I could pull away something, it would be that we both use tools to focus on what we did want.
Yeah, there's different ways to get there, right?
There are different tools, right? Because we don't want to just leave you guys, like we said, with just talking from our hearts, but we want to give you guys tools, which is why we talked about my experience and your experience. But at the end of the day, it's just what works for you to focus on what it is that you do want. And you don't know what you want until you experience the opposite, the contrast of it, right? So that's there is beauty in all relationships. every single relationship that you had leading you to where you are today helped you discover another part of yourself, discover maybe the wounds or the pain or whatnot, something that you wanted to heal, and what you need to work on, and what you want and need in another person in order for you to thrive. And sometimes the other person can't deliver that, or vice versa, and you outgrow each other, and then that's where you keep moving up. So there's nothing wrong with letting go of somebody that is not meant for you anymore. And I think a lot of us hold on very long. Or opposite, we have like this illusion that everyone's perfect and that no one has darkness. So then we hold back from experiencing relationships.
Or you see the glimmer of light that's there in the darkness, and you just focus on, well, if they were just like this all the time, it'd be great.
Instead of focusing on your life. And that's what happened, I said that really fast. Instead of focusing on your reality. And that's what I did. So an important tool with the hypnosis and the journaling was this is going to sound, I think people need to hear this, but what I realized is, in my other relationships, that I was in love with who I wanted them to be, not who they currently were. And when I finally was able to see who they currently were without holding on to the illusion of who I wanted them to be, right? Then I was able to let them go, because loving someone without attachments allows you to let them go and for you to move on, right? But I was scared to do that because I knew that that was going to happen. And I think a lot of women need to hear that right now.
Well, it also intertwines with, like how much self-doubt or self-esteem you may have, or things you've experienced, and a lot of other factors that kind of build upon those to make that to make those situations last a lot longer than they normally should, because you're kind of walking around with blinders half the time, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really important to focus on what you do want, but then you got to ground yourself in your current reality and assess it with like a detachment. I think that the detachment part is really important. Not detachment like you're closed off, but like a detachment, like a sense of not attaching yourself that it has to be that specific person or whatnot, making sure that what you do desire is reflected in the person that's right in front of you, and giving them an opportunity to rise to that. You need to communicate,
and it's just,
obviously.
Yeah, and it's not just about like love relationships. This can just kind of break down to friendships too.
Yeah, right? Business partners, friendships.
Same idea. But even to go into that, try and look at each individual. So if like you're happy, look at yourself alone. Like, are you happy by yourself? If you didn't have these things around you, would you be happy, or what would you need to make you happy? Are you happy in your relationship? So do you think both of you are happy together, and vice versa? And then do you think the other person is happy as their own individual and with that relationship, and then kind of have those discussions? Because if you can find out where you're lacking, it's just like, we are both happy when we're together, but there's something missing from the relationship, then there's got to be some sort of singular thing for each of those people to find something outside of it, so that they can find themselves to.
I love that.
Or vice versa, right?
And I think that's very important, and I think that's a key piece that we missed too, was that in order to find, your partner, soulmate, twin flame, whatever it is you want to call it, you need to do the work, the inner work, to get comfortable being an individual within that relationship, like Taylor was mentioning. And once I did that is when things started falling into place. But without that, there was that attachment part that I was talking about before. So that's how you create detachment, is being comfortable in your own skin and doing this inner work for yourself, right? Which is a whole other video. But that kind of helps really bridge the gap between where you currently are and attracting the partner that, you desire. And it can happen very, very quickly. Like, I literally was telling Taylor this.
I mean, that also can take a lot of time too.
Yeah, a lot of time
in
very
my
quickly.
regard, right, where it seemed like it took, like, it's funny because your view on it seems like it happened very fast, because once you let go of something, I kind of popped into your life, realistically. Well, and in my view, to me, it was like I had to go through like 10 or 11 years of exploring to get to where I am now, to the point where I would even, feel like we were aligned in the first place.
And I want to clarify something. Yeah, thank you for saying that. You're absolutely right. It took me the same amount of time, because we met in college 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So it took me a long time. I just maybe had, one.
I wasn't the person then that I am now. So it's like I had to get to this point even before I felt like
So it does take time.
Right.
Absolutely.
In some ways.
In some ways, you're absolutely right. It took, 10
Depends
years.
on your view.
Yeah, exactly.
Too.
And then it took a good 2 years for me to break free from, my longest relationship. But from that point, is when I attracted him. But the shift happened for me very quickly when I was at that point. But to get to that point is where there's time. It takes time, it takes a lot of nurturing, a lot of self-care, a lot of self-reflection. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to not have any relationships and enjoy what's right in front of you, right? That's the human experience. And that's what we're here for. You're getting clearer and clearer. So moving into relationships and moving out of it, as long as you're committed to this inner work and making those changes, because then you'll just attract a partner that was like the last one, and we did a video on that last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or 2 weeks ago, or whatever. Our fifth video, I think it was on that.
Yeah.
Breakups.
Yeah.
So this is tying in beautifully. So you just gotta make sure that you do the inner work and have fun along the way and be gentle about it if you are single or you're on the breakup side, knowing that that relationship served its purpose in some way, shape, and form. Now it's up to you, like Taylor mentioned, to do that self-reflection work. Maybe use some of the tools that I've used with the hypnosis and journaling to start really attracting the next partner that's right for you. Not necessarily that's gonna be the one, but it's the next partner that's going to help you grow. And I think that's the most important thing if we let go of the attachment of having to be with the same person for the rest of our lives. And that's beautiful, as long as you're both committed to growth. That's what I've seen in the relationships that are lasting a very long time, is that they're both committed to growth individually and together as a team.
And on that note,
we're out. Peace out. Oh, what does Dwight do?
Peace. Oh, his little thing, yeah.
What does he do? So
where does he get that from again? Oh, he told me the other day. I forget. Oh my god.
I don't know. He's so sweet though.
He was watching something and he's just like, yeah, he looked at me. Oh, I think it was on Fortnite, one of the things. One of the little emoji things there that you do.
Speaking of
Peace out.
kids, I can't wait to have your babies.
Holy moly. Okay, bye. See you later.
Bye.
Love you.
Let's go practice. I'm just kidding.
Putting that online.
Cheers.